Now we're going to talk about the fabled Gottlieb AX relay system that was used on games starting about late 1975 up to 1978. And this is the AX-BX relays were used primarily on multiplayer games, but they were also on single player games. But I want to show you the difference in the transition and why Gottlieb changed to using AX relays, which are very difficult to adjust. Here's the bottom panel on a 1974 Gottlieb far out. This is before they went to the AX-BX relay system on the multiplayer games. When you start a game, the game is set up for a single player. Then as you press the credit button or add more coins, it would pull in additional relays, like that relay would then trigger a second player, then a third player, then a fourth player. And they use this large reset bag to control the number of players and to do the basic game reset and startup. So here's the bottom panel of a 1977 Gottlieb Jungle Queen, and you can immediately see that there's no reset bank sitting right here like there was on the 74 far out. Instead, you've got this stepper unit, which is the coin unit, and this determines how many players the game is set up with, or how many coins have been inserted. So you've got, one player, two player, three player, four player. But the thing is that they went to is back here, these AX-BX relays right here, and these are the bitchy guys to adjust that are very delicate and very easy to make the game not work if they're not just right. So here's the 1974 Gottlieb far out. I'm just going to do a reset and show you basically how the bottom panel looks when the game resets. Okay, so this bank reset, you can see nothing here. The second, third, and fourth players relays are not pulled in, and then as I add players, you can see the relays add the actual players. So here's the 1977 Gottlieb Jungle Queen. We'll do a reset. It's going to be a little harder to see things because everything is kind of miniaturized because we don't have the reset bank. And maybe you can see the AX and the BX relay reset when I start a game. Okay, so we're in the back box of a 1977 Gottlieb Jacks Open. Now, you're probably wondering why we're in the back box of a single-player game when we're talking about multiplayer AX relays. And that's because the AX relay was also used in single-player games, and it's just a lot easier to film the AX relay here than in the bottom of a multiplayer game. So the thing that I really want to show you is how it is so easy to have these relays misadjusted. What you really need to do is look at a couple little things that are going to be very hard to film, but hopefully you can get the idea. The main thing here, this relay is misadjusted, and the first thing is you can just kind of see when the latch plate springs back. So there it engages, and there it springs back, that it needs to come back a little more. You see there's like this little bit that it's not coming back. There's not a lot of travel in these relays, and that's what makes them so difficult to adjust. So you need every bit of that travel to get reliable operation. And this one just isn't snapping back all the way. And a lot of times that happens because these blades are not pulling the plate back to my left. Now you can adjust this using a little contact adjuster tool, or I tend to just use a flathead screwdriver, but you use whatever you like. I'm going to put a little pressure on the moving blades to bring the relay plate back further, back all the way. So now if we flip it back over, it's much more crisp. Matter of fact, I can hear it come back. Listen. Hear that click as it comes back? Nice firm click. That means that I have this relay plate adjusted well, and it's coming back and it's making the full length of its travel. Now we just got to look at the switch gaps and tighten those up a little bit. So they're a little far apart, mostly because we
change the gap of the moving blade. So now I'm adjusting the stationary blades. Then I got to flip it over and do the same thing on the make break. See how it's doing its little task. This one's a little far out. This one probably needs to come up a little. And now I got this one too much. So you really got to micromanage this. And there's not a lot, especially on the make breaks, there's not a lot of gap here. The other switches, you know, they're not nearly as critical, but the make break switches, man, they are just really tight to get adjusted just right. And you're going to have to monkey around with it, and believe me, it's going to take some practice. It's a tough thing to do unless you've adjusted a few, tried the game, saw it didn't work, and then did it again. So I think I got this all adjusted the way I want. In particular, this make break is really the critical one. That's the toughest one. But now I think I'm good to go, and I could try the game and see if it works. Okay, let's try a reset. Cool. Game is ready to play. So I hope this has helped you understand how to adjust the tricky AX relay and the other little miniature latch style relays that are often seen in Gottlieb EM games in the 1970s.